so funny that, like, what, 2 days after they legalize it, it's closed when it was open for like a year and a half, 2 years before. So it's a sad day for green culture.
Customers showing up to the 5 dispensaries in Toronto turned away moments after Toronto police, in collaboration with the city's bylaw officers, raided the shops. In Ontario, the law states that cannabis stores aren't allowed to operate until after April 1st. And officials have promised to crack down on anyone breaking this rule, with some hefty fines for both landlords and store owners.
Now, a lot of people may not understand the rules, so we've given them notice in writing. It's through registered mail, and some are getting hand delivered today and yesterday as well. So they clearly understand the jeopardy that they're putting their properties in, and we'll be following up with actions after that. For those that are knowingly selling, same thing.
Here are the 5 cannabis shops that were raided yesterday. They include stores in the downtown core, east and north of the city. Police say a total of 8 people were arrested and charged under the Provincial Cannabis Act and released.
Toronto Police would like to advise the public that we are still enforcing the laws, and anybody who decides to open one of these illegal dispensaries do so at their own risk.
The City of Toronto has confirmed to CityNews that at least 2 shops have reopened, one at Lawrence Avenue East and a second in City Place. Cafe on Fort York Boulevard confirmed to CityNews that they are once again operating. A spokesperson saying in a statement that there are fundamental flaws with the Cannabis Act and the legislation will, quote, necessarily be tested in the courts. Part of that statement continues to read, there is a solution for a municipality to embrace businesses whom have integrated with their communities successfully and tap into their knowledge and expertise. There's a method under the Municipal Act that can set forth a public health agenda, which the Toronto Board of Public Health has expressed a willingness to entertain, to define classes of other cannabis products under similar guidelines as we do for most products in the city. To do nothing is a much, much greater harm.
It's a product that people require, and where there's a demand, you will find suppliers.
Even with legalization?
Even with legalization, my understanding is the government online system has not been able to keep up.
This Toronto lawyer who represents cannabis shops that have been raided in the city says the government should give amnesty to dispensaries that have been open for quite some time until April 2019 to come into compliance instead of conducting raids.
It's a waste of the court's time. It's a waste of lawyers' time. It's a waste of everyone's time.
Do you think this type of enforcement is effective?
Not particularly. I mean, they closed down 5 dispensaries. 5 more will open.
You don't think these dispensaries will comply?
It's not a matter of whether I think these dispensaries will comply. Some of the dispensaries that are closed down are not going to be able to reopen because, of course, their products have been seized, their infrastructure has been destroyed, and their money has been seized. So it's a huge hit.
And to give you an idea of the demand for cannabis, the Ontario Cannabis Store says it received approximately 100,000 orders from customers within the first 24 hours. The OCS says those customers began receiving their packages as of Thursday.